Good morning, everybody. It is 10 o'clock. Notice to convene a special council meeting in terms of Section 19 of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act 2000. That this special, it's not an ordinary, it's a special council meeting, will be held on the 14th of May, 2016 at 10 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. I am quickly going to do some roll call. Councillor Alexander, are you present? Hello.
Good morning, Speaker.
Councillor
Good morning.
Alexander.
Good morning, Speaker. Good morning, all councillors, officials. Yes, I'm present.
Thank you, Councillor. Alderman Benson. Alderman Benson is sitting next to me. He's battling to unmute. I will just mark him. He's sitting next to me. Honourable Mayor.
Morning, Speaker. Present.
Thank you. Councillor Dludlu.
Morning, Speaker. Present. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Foley.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you very much. Councillor Gertenbach.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Good morning. Councillor Kanuza. I'll come back to the council. Councillor Hendricks, are you present? I can see you.
Good morning, Speaker.
Good morning. Welcome, Councillor.
I didn't hear your voice for a while, but I'm present. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor.
Morning, Speaker. Present.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Jantjies.
Morning, everyone. Morning, Honorable Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you. I am present. Councillor Maria. Dana.
Goeiemôre almal. Ek is teenwoordig in hierdie hartseer vergadering van ons gemeenskap.
Thank you, Councillor. It's great to hear your voice. Councillor Mbuku. Councillor Mbuku, are you present? We will come back to the councillor. Councillor Moores.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. I'm present.
Thank you very much. Councillor Nzalani.
Good morning, Madam Speaker. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I'm present. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Nichols.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you very, very much. Councillor Kilishani.
Speaker, I'm present. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Ntemwan. Councillor Ntemwan, are you present? We'll come back to the councillor. Councillor Nshota.
Good morning, Speaker. I am present.
Thank you very much. Councillor Oliphant. Councillor Oliphant, are you present? I will come back to the councillor. Councillor Wayne Peterson.
Speaker,
Yes, yes, councillor.
I'm just checking because you know these people they mute and unmute you whenever they feel like it. This is probably the most stupid.
Thank you, councillor. I just wanted to know if you're here. Thank you, councillor. I can hear you here. Thank you. The other councillor Peterson, see councillor. Councillor Claudette Peterson, are you present? We will come back to this councillor. Councillor Ruth, are you present? Councillor Ruth, are you present? I can see you, but I cannot hear you at the moment. Councillor, can somebody just indicate, Councillor Ruth, if you're here? Councillor Stuurman, are you present?
Good morning, Honorable Speaker and everybody. I'm present. Thank you.
You. Councillor Volji.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you very much. I have received an apology from Councillor van der Linde, but maybe I just want to double check. Is he maybe present? I think he is not present. I did receive an apology. Councillor van Niekerk, are you present?
Present, Chair. Speaker, sorry.
Thank you. I have also received the indication that Councillor Ganusa is present, and I see that Councillor Ruth is also present. Councillor Yali, are you present?
Good morning, Speaker, and good mornings to the colleagues, and a special greetings to the community that is watching us over YouTube channel, but blocked from commenting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Zona, are you present?
Good morning, Madam Speaker. Yes, I am present. Also, just want to indicate, Madam Speaker, that Councillor Oliphant did submit a signal to you. He's only going to be back on the 24th of this month. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Zona. Committee services, just let me know in the text box if Councillor Mbuku, Councillor Tingwani, and Councillor other Claudette Peterson will log on throughout the meeting. I'm moving over quickly to the officials and then we can start. Municipal Manager, Mr. Du Plessis, are you present?
Present Speaker. I just want to also mention that Director Ramakuela is in the MPT meeting and he won't be present. Neither his other staff, they're all engaged in that MPT meeting.
Thank you. I did receive apology from him as well. Deputy Municipal Manager De Jager, are you present?
Morning, Speaker. I'm present.
Thank you very much. CFO Lodegaard.
Good morning, Speaker. Present.
Thank you. Director De Kok.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Madat.
Good morning, Speaker, Councillors. I'm present.
Thank you. I've received an apology from Director Ramakawela. Director Makalesi.
Good morning, Speaker. I'm present. Thank you.
Thank you. Your signal, I just heard you nearly there. Thank you. Just up your thing. Ms. Opperman, are you present?
Good morning, Chair. Present.
Thank you very much. This brings me the end of just roll call. Could I quickly, Councillor August, I'm not going to take hands. I will give you opportunity later. You're welcome to write in the text box. I would like to give over to Alderman Benson just to open with prayer for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Maybe my signal is not good, but I think I always have communication with the higher person up there, God. So let's close our eyes. Lord, thank you for another day that you add to our lives. Lord, we are not entitled to it, but because of your great mercy and your love for us, you give us this day, and therefore we honor you for that. And Lord, we also ask for forgiveness of our sin. And also, Lord, you know, we have come through a tough time and you were there with us in that tough time, but you also ask that you will also be with us in this time where we ask also for help from higher up our government, and also that they will take cognizance of that, and that, Lord, we honor and say there's no other God but you, and therefore we come to you with all our problems and ask you to solve and help solve us this problem. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much, Alderman. I'm moving over. We don't have number 5 presentations. Number 6, acknowledgements, condolences, and congratulations. Councillor Bandana.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you to the community of Kouga. Patense has been plagued with a very serious flood. As a person that was born in 1971, I'm told by those that are better known by statistics that this flood is bigger than 71. However, one wants to appreciate the fact that there are no fatalities. But let me take it first and quote from the Bible in Proverbs 19, quote 19, it's better to be poor but honest than to be a lying fool. Let me go there. Let me go to the second quote, Proverbs 22. Don't take advantage of the poor just because you can. Don't take advantage of those who are helpless in court. The Lord will argue their case for them and threaten their life, anyone who threatens theirs. Today I'm standing knowing Anchuki's house in Typhusdrive is gone, and she does not have any hope. There are people in the hole in Andiskral, there are people in Kwacha, and therefore they are there by next to Typhusdrive. that are sleeping in those places that are not suitable. I know Cambria, there has been no chopper from the mayor to visit Antiscral, Cambria.
Councillor,
Those people have been closed.
Councillor, could I quickly, this section is for acknowledgement, condolences and
I
congratulations.
acknowledge,
Could we stick
I
to that,
acknowledge,
please?
Speaker,
No.
I acknowledge. Let me acknowledge. I acknowledge the role that has been played by my hero. That's why I go to the Bible. Maskatalaleni, Fred Van Rooyen. I quote those two scriptures from him, who stood out of all odds to come to our communities and support with food, with everything. Let me also acknowledge the wind farm that is with Fred. May God bless them, give them abundance. He's not starting today. During the COVID time, he was there for us. Fred Van Rooyen, the family, may God and his family, his staff members, give them. He brought us blankets, he brought us any food, and he brought us everything and mattresses. Where nobody. Let me also acknowledge Abu Bakr. Let me say Alhamdulillah. Let me quote Farah. Alhamdulillah. Gabi and Jabu, our local shop owners, who said, Councillor, we know that you don't have resources. Let us come together so that we can see what we can do. I'm saying Alhamdulillah, God bless you, because you, when the municipality was not there, you came to my office without me going to your shops. And you said, yes, the help that you can do for our community. But our hero goes extensively to Fred Van Rooyen. He's a hero. He's not doing it for political reason. He's here to serve our community. His staff, all those people, may God give them strength many years. Can they give them more funds? Because it's not starting today. Even during the COVID times, when Fred was there, can you continue? Can you get more blessings from all wind farms? Because you are our disaster agent. You are our disaster supporter. Today, I'm sitting with Water. I knew if I just put a phone call to you, you'll respond. I still have people on the halls in Patensi. I've got roads distracted. I've got Gamtus Irrigation Board cleaning our bridge. From Koleski and her team, I'm saying thank you very much that you are cleaning our town with all your diesel. And I'm extending my hand and say, God bless Gamtus Irrigation Board and all other business people from our community who are supporting our people. And this is the time to say, thank you. Continue with the great work. Gamtus Irrigation Board, our local business people, and Masikatelele, our hero on the health.
Thank you, Councillor. The next speaker is Councillor Peterson.
Thank you, Speaker. Let me rise in firstly expressing my condolences to the family of the late traffic officer Bertha Beulah Fortuin, who perished in pursuit of executing her mandate as a traffic officer while on duty. It is with great sadness that we have to accept that the Almighty came and claimed what is His. And for that reason, we are consoling ourselves with the thought that she's served the people, served the community, and served those loved ones with all the passion she had in her. Also, at the same time, allow me to rise and congratulate the African National Congress in Sarah Baartman in having a successful and rather a very successful regional conference that was held in Port Alfred where new leadership emerged. I would like to congratulate them on being elected as the new leadership in Sarah Baartman, and at the same time also extend well wishes with the future under their leadership. And I hope and pray that under their leadership, we will definitely see a turnaround that will bring about the replacement of this racist Democratic Alliance that has now manifested itself in our communities. I hope that the new leadership will turn a new corner where the people, that those that were loyal and is loyal towards the African National Congress will see why they should remain to be loyal, because what the Democratic Alliance is interested in is only white privilege. And for
Councillor,
that
could we
reason, I
speak
support
to
them.
the
It's still on
acknowledgements,
the item.
condolence, and congratulations?
It's still
Thank
on the
you.
item. I was actually landing there, Speaker, in saying that that is my well wishes to the new leadership, that they come and become a force that will deal with the issues of the poorest of the poor, because ultimately the African National Congress is the only political party that is biased towards poor people, because their focus is on poor people. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Yali.
No, thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, quickly, I wish to send a message of condolences to the family of Stembi. So they had a fire on Sunday, last Sunday, due to the on and off electrical connection. The house number is house number
Councillor,
68.
Councillor, I can hardly hear you. Councillor Yali. Councillor Yali, you're very
Can
in
you
the
hear me,
distance.
Speaker,
We
now?
can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you slightly better.
Okay, let me just. Can you hear me now, Speaker?
Yes, now I can hear you. Thank you, Councillor.
I was saying I wish to send a message of condolences to the family of Stembi, so that lost his life after their house burned down. House number 6851 Sporam Konto last Sunday due to the on and off of the electricity that was caused by this disaster. Further, Chair, I wish to congratulate the Jeffreys Bay Community Police Forum leadership that was elected last night, led by Umama Williams and her committee members. Further, also, Chair, sorry, Speaker, I wish to also acknowledge the NPO of Masekatelaranin, which to us, as in fact all the councillors, they serve, the NPO is serving as an arm of our disaster management unit that is poorly attended to by the municipality. That is only run by Mr. Ngumalo alone out of Kocha, but Masekatelaranin is always there to assist the communities of all different wards and different political parties. So they are really assisting our communities, especially through this disaster and also during COVID, as alluded by Councillor Mbandana. But also, the NPO itself is not assisted by the municipality. The municipality is just ignoring them. Also, Chair, the Impact Center, helping the community of Jeffreys Bay, in particular the one of Ocean View with Soup Kitchen. They did play a role also during this disaster, handing over blankets and soup. The other one, Speaker, and landing. I want to acknowledge our team, our electrical team. They're always there in terms of responding to the cries of the community of Ward 14 through the Ward Councillor. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Nkilishwane.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, as the EFF, we also want to acknowledge Mr. Van Rooyen for the work he is doing for our people across the Kocha and Sarah Batman region as a whole. You see, Mr. Van Rooyen, you will never see him on posting on Facebook when he helps some people like this one who's always on Facebook, TikTok, who want to be seen as if he's doing something for our people while he's doing nothing except for TikTok content. So we acknowledge Mr. Van Rooyen because he's sincere for what he's doing for our people, not like this one, the content creator. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Shota.
Thank you, Speaker. I was waiting to be unmuted. I would like to acknowledge the work that was done by the suction truck that was deployed here in Sivista. Each and every time we call upon that gentleman, he made sure that he is there to suck water out of the people's houses, even in the informal settlements. I would also like to acknowledge the work that was done by the call center, because in order for us to get the truck, in order for us to get the electrical guys to come and fix whatever is damaged, we had to call the call center, and they made sure that they respond quickly so that people do not suffer when they have this disaster of rain and cold. Also, I would like to acknowledge and appreciate what Director Theo Madat has done when I called upon him with an electrical issue in Sivista and made sure that that is attended on quickly. Also, Director of Community Services, who made sure that the people at the hall had a proper dinner on Mother's Day. We do appreciate that. We appreciate all the donors, Speaker, that came through when we had this disaster and gave their time and gave their energy, gave their monies to make sure that people are not stranded. People are taken care of. And lastly, I think we will be singing one song as councillors who are working with Maskatalela Neni, because Freddy comes up. He comes up for everyone. He doesn't care whether you're red, whether you're green, whether you're blue. He just comes up to do the work that he is doing. And we would like our municipality to honor, we would like our municipality to acknowledge him, because he is doing so much for Gokga. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Nazalani.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, trying to, I'm audible, Speaker. Am I audible?
We can hear you, Councillor.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Speaker. Firstly, I was trying to unmuted myself, but then, okay, that's fine. Speaker, firstly, let me acknowledge one of my ward committee members who is in the environmental portfolio. Is a member of my ward committee member, because we forget that we have a ward committee member that works so hard to check, also to help the councillors, as the ward councillors, about the issue of this disaster, Mfundiso Oliphant, who go in this rain and check what's going on there. And also let them acknowledge the work that they have done yesterday at the 13th of May, when there was a court case in Humansdorp about this gangsterism, and when one of these a child that was murdered in Lungiso, and the judge gave that murderer a huge sentence. I acknowledge it and then I appreciate it, so that our gangsterism must be end here in all our Gokga municipalities, in our schools, especially in our high schools. I appreciate it. And also let I say to condolences to the family of Jokela and also the Grootboom, whose child was in Msingisi Primary School, in lower primary school here in Msingisi, that they did a memorial service yesterday, and he will be buried this weekend. And another thing that I appreciate and also acknowledge also the water and sanitation guys who went, and also the same as a call center, as a councillor Joseph said, when I stand up and there is a disaster and I call them, they always say in this disaster days from the 5th until the 11th until yesterday. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Dludlu.
Okay, thank you, Speaker. I trust I'm audible now. Speaker, I wish to acknowledge our mayor and for an incredible work and going far beyond the call of duty in every community and ensuring that he's visible and that he's always in support with all our directorates. This is not only one particular team, but the trees that fell, the potholes that were quickly repaired, the timelines that our municipality through this DA-led government has been absolutely incredible. And I wish to acknowledge all our directorates for such an incredible effort, working through these rains, the wind, and still getting the things done, restoring the power, which we have, unfortunately, we could not control. Remembering that with humility that we were dealing with acts of God. You know, we prayed for rain, and when it came, we had to be prepared. And I also appreciate the mayor because he made sure that he communicates everything prior and gets everyone prepped up to say that there's rains, it's a level 8 warnings, and please let us all prepare. And which is why it has added to such an incredible low loss of life. I also wish to appreciate the DA councillors who actually been running soup kitchens, and they don't operate soup kitchens, but they went out and offered soup to the individuals. And this was not a show of public stunt or anything else like that, but it is appreciated. So, DA councillors, I thank you because I know that you did that. And it was not a publicity stunt, but you went out through your boots, through your vehicles, and you offered soup despite the conditions. I also wish to appreciate other organizations, Dorf and Droma, Joshua Project. They went out and offered soup. And this is unheard of. You know, they went to areas and they did that. And this was no fanfare. There was no pictures on social media. You won't see this. But when you're driving around, you see that. And I do appreciate that. So to all the staff, to everyone else, and Councillor Alderman Benson always tells us that of the 5 Ps, that proper planning prevents poor performance. And in this regard, Gouga Municipality, everyone, you are appreciated. Thank you, DA. Thank you. I'm done. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. I see the last person's hand up is Councillor Stuurman.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Please allow me to thank our Honorable Mayor Rateng Bowman for being here during this difficult time of flooding. It was first fires and then flood. He really stood the test of time and showed proper leadership and always lead by example. I have first-hand experience with him in Ward 7. He was always there with us. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to express sincere gratitude towards the collaboration between the NSRI, the South African Search and Rescue Dog Unit, as well as South African Police Service Air Wing. They've done an amazing job and show real teamwork. Also the call center, they've done excellent job, really. In the time of this emergency or this need, they were there for us. Also, once again, allow me to thank also Mr. Freddie van Rooyen. Really, he assisted us all, I'm pretty sure in all words where needed. We really appreciate his effort and input. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. I'm going to move over to number 7, statements and communication from the Speaker. Honourable Mayor, members of council, officials, online guests and colleagues. We all know why we have this meeting. This year has definitely tested our residents, our farmers, our businesses, and our municipal staff in ways that we can ever imagine. We endured devastating fires, foot and mouth, and now we had all these floods in our region. There are many moments when many people feel overwhelmed and uncertain of what would come next. Yet, though every crisis, our municipal staff stepped towards everything without any hesitation. They went straight into the disaster and response, and they just continued. I mean, it amazed me, the long hours they had to endure this last week that we all had, just to restore our communities. Their commitment, sacrifice, and determination deserve our deepest gratitude and respect. But what moved me even more in this difficult time is the community. Everywhere I turned, people reached out to help. I received numerous messages from residents, institutions, businesses, volunteers asking what else, what can they do so they could assist these people. It is really nice to be part of a community that brings us all together. It makes it special. Listening to the farmers and the residents describing how quickly the floodwaters rose was heartbreaking. Many watched how everything slipped away, but they stood up and they started cleaning up. I have lots of respect. Living through the nightmare that we'll get through. So despite all this destruction, all of that, there's a silver lining. At least our drought is gone, which is wonderful. I have to thank everybody that's helped. Thank you to our mayor and everybody. Thank you for assisting us. Thank you, everybody. Back to number 8. Honourable Mayor, over to you. Honourable Mayor, are you online? I think we lost it for a second. I will give him opportunity of the item again. Are there any disclosure of input? I don't see any hands. We don't have any statutory matters. 11 matters dealt in terms of delegating authority by the executive mayor. Then I'm moving over to the report of the executive mayor, 12.1, community service and safety. It seems like the mayor's expecting connection problems. Then I'm going to give over to MMC Alderman Benson, and he's right next to me to present the item. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody again. I want to just do this item, item number 26 of 05 and CS1. It's about the declaration of local state of disaster for Kouga local municipality. And it's page 7 to 69. And the recommendations is on page 9, but I would like to read for you the introduction. The purpose of this item is to submit to council the flood damage and to request that council declare a local state of disaster, and note the submission made to the Sarah Baartman District Municipality declaration of a local state of disaster for Kouga local municipality. So that is what it's all about. And then I also would like to read the recommendation on page 9. There's 4 of them, and I would like to read all 4 of them for just to for the importance of this item. 10.1, that council note the submission of the declaration to Sarah Baartman District Municipality dated 11 May 2026 of a local state of disaster for Kouga local municipality in relation to the flood damage to the municipality area, which includes critical municipal infrastructure. 10.2, that the Sarah Baartman District Municipality, in terms of Section 41 of the Disaster Management Act 57 of 2002, be request in writing to submit this resolution to the Provincial Disaster Management Center for the PDMC, that is a Province Disaster Management Center, to gazette the said declaration and to escalate the declaration to the National Disaster Management Center, short NDMC. And then 10.3, that the flood report from 5 to 11 May 2026 incorporating the extensive damage recommendations and financial implication to be noted. 10.4, that it be noted that the financial implications reflect in the report is an estimated derived from initial assessment and does not reflect the final value financial implications. I hereby table this item. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Alderman. Thank you for the text boxes. Councillor August, I have noted you. Thank you. I did skip you somehow with all this challenges with connectivity here in Tata this morning. My first speaker on the item is Honourable Mayor. I'm not sure if you still have connectivity issues. It seems like you still have. My next speaker on the item is Councillor Foley.
Good morning again, Speaker, and to fellow councillors. Speaker, I just want to give a big thanks to the administration for pulling this report together on such a short deadline after the effects of the floods. We really appreciate all the work that went into this. Speaker, I also want to just echo my appreciation for all the work that was done during the floods. We saw that teams from various departments went over and above what was expected of them to assist the residents of Kouga and to help as many people as possible. So I want to send the appreciation to all the directors and ask that they will please carry over the message to the relevant teams who was working on the floods. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Just before I go to the next speaker, I have already had lots of submissions to the office of the Speaker, things that was missed. I appreciate that this item was prepared, but definitely, councillors, in writing, if you see that we missed a street or something, you are welcome to add it with the flood damage. I'm going to give over to Honourable Mayor, if you are audible at the moment.
Speaker, apologies, I've got bad signal.
I can hear. Honourable Mayor, I'm just going to move over to the other speakers. We can hardly hear you at the moment. I'm going to give over to Councillor Gluglu.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I've got a couple of street names that I wanted to submit as part of the submission. I think linked to page 24, but I can certainly do that in writing as you've alluded, so that we can all move along. If it's okay with you, I will make submissions. I've got 5 streets that I need to submit, but I'll be covered in terms of what you've just said, so I'll be fine. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. That will definitely help because each councillor knows their areas very well. So submissions, please. It's urgent and it's it. And if I can ask that we have it before close of business tomorrow, please. That's urgent. The next speaker on the item is Councillor Nkilishane. Councillor Nkilishane, are you present? You're the next speaker on item.
Speaker, can you move to the next speaker? I'm still looking for my notes.
Thank you. Councillor Zana.
Good morning, Madam Speaker, and to the rest of the meeting. I thought that perhaps I will not raise many things in terms of where we had to commend and congratulatory messages. But I just want to say, Speaker, perhaps the first that I want to rise to is that as the African National Congress component, we are in support of this local state of disaster declaration. We are, however, need to raise serious points, Madam Speaker. I've heard that you've said that we are allowed to submit some of streets that were missed in terms of this. And because we really felt that this is, in as much as that is lot of work that has been done in compiling the report, one cannot be oblivious of that fact, but we really need to go to our own communities, the vulnerable of the vulnerable, communities that was hardest hit by this particular disaster. I'll tell you, in Gamlus Valley, to be honest with all of you in the meeting, we felt neglected. People that were evacuated to the, you can go to page 10 of this report, or it's page 19, where it speaks about human settlements. They were coordinating people that were going to, what is this, evacuation centers, etc. But to us in GV, there was no sort of that coordination. It did not happen, and our people felt very neglected, and there was no coordination whatsoever. I think in the last council meeting, ordinary council meeting we had, we went through the disaster item, and I think I've made a note to say that it cannot be that it's just the warm body, Mr. Ngumalo, that is running the show. On paper, when you look at the disaster issues, forums that must be there, local forums, you'll see that it's there because finance must be part of disaster. All these directorates of the municipal must be part, but then on the day of disaster, maybe we're all overwhelmed, but on the day of disaster, we in the Gamlus Valley, in particular here in Henke, really, we did not feel that we were part of this municipality. The neglected community of Weston, even today, there were people's mud structures that collapsed, that caved in, and there was no single human settlement person that evacuated those elderly people from there. There were no soup kitchens run there because these soup kitchens were highly politicized. People from St. Francis Bay will tell you, from Sevista, will tell you how political was this thing. And we cannot politicize a disaster. We must never politicize the hardship of our people. It's a time of where we must all get together and assist people. During the fire disaster, this thing was coordinated, the disaster was coordinated in Humansdorp, for example. There were now and then food provided for the people, even for the disaster volunteers, if I may put it like that. Because I think chapter 7 of this speaks to the disaster volunteers. But the people that were working tirelessly in Gamlus Valley, the truck drivers, those who were sucking the ponds. No one provided
Councillor,
food for
30
them.
seconds left.
So we must raise it very sharply. There are houses in Henki that were flooded, and to give emergency housing, it's not a solution to those that problem that was there. So we really feel, as I think, Madam Speaker, that we can do better as the Koga municipality when it comes to disaster, and we should not prioritize certain areas over the others when we are dealing with disasters. And this is exactly what has happened now.
Thank
The
you,
last one I want
Councillor.
to speak, Madam Speaker, is on the monies that are allocated. Where do we get those monies, and who must sit on JOG meetings? Because we, as councillors of the ANC, knows nothing about what's happening in our communities. We see only officials running around, not even consulting us on what is happening in our wards, of which that is incorrect, Madam Speaker. We must never
Thank you,
politicize
Councillor. Your time
disaster
is over.
management. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Mayor, are you audible at the moment?
Thank you, Speaker. Yes. Speaker, I just wanted to, while we, I sorry for my signal. I wanted to say thank you to for a massive contribution during this drought. This flood. It has been incredible to see everybody work together, to see how people stand together. Our residents who assisted the public. It's been an incredible journey, and we really appreciate the massive work that the second thing that I want to just mention, Speaker, it's incredibly important that we make sure that we mention every single area that was flooded and every single place. And if there's anything else, I know it's already been mentioned, but if there's anything that we still need to make sure we mention, that we do that in writing to you and the MM, especially also those that lost their homes, as far as is in need of. That also needs to be submitted so that we can apply to you. He reached out and said are willing to assist with this. So we are Speaker, I keep again everybody involved, and that's all from my side at this stage. I'm extremely and thank you also to the Director Nomvula for putting this item together on short notice, and everybody that contributed.
Thank you, Honourable Mayor. It seems like we lost you there again. Thank you, Honourable Mayor. We did get the most of your contribution, but I can hear that this. I'm going to give over to the next speaker, Councillor Shorter.
Thank you, Speaker. I think Councillor Zana has covered me in many of the comments that I was willing to make, but I do need also to emphasize that it was shocking when we hear that there are JOG meetings and we were not part of those JOG meetings, and yet we have disasters in our communities. So we're not sure who was supposed to attend the JOG meeting or who was not supposed to attend the JOG meeting. Secondly, people were told when they had floods to go and sleep at the hall because the community halls are opened for them. And we had people there only for them to be fed soup for days. If Umaskathalelane was not there, people wouldn't have had proper food. But Maskathalelane was there. And people were told to go to the halls, and we had many people who were flooded, and our municipality only provided us with 10 mattresses and 10 blankets. And in Sivista in particular, I had 28 people at the hall who had no mattresses, who had no blankets, up until Freddy from Maskathalelane came up. To me, this disaster, it seems as if we as the municipality, me being part of the municipality, we're not ready for disasters, or we are ready when a disaster is happening in a certain place and we are not ready for certain communities, because no one came back to check now that the number was up if people had mattresses and blankets. We were only given 10. And that is not acceptable. I just need to say that. And we do thank the director who made sure that people had a proper meal, because they heard that people were only fed soup, and the soup was sour. It was frozen, it came from a fridge, and it was sour. And we couldn't give it to the people who had to throw it away.
1 minute left, Councillor.
But we didn't tell that to Elvina Felix, who was working very hard to make sure that all our communities are getting food and are getting food on time. Also, the transport that was bringing food to the people, we don't see the transport. It would come at 12 with breakfast or at 3 o'clock with lunch, and people had not eaten. We had to make means. So I think we need to make a plan as the municipality for any other disaster that we are going to face in the meanwhile. And we need to take uMasikhathalelane into our wing, because they are the ones who are assisting us, whether we want to admit it or not. We need to take them under our wing so that we make sure when we have a disaster, now that when he is running around the whole of Gqoga, that he is part of Gqoga municipality. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Note your notice. Next speaker on my list is Councillor Nzolani.
Thank you very much, Speaker.
Nzolani? Yes, I can
Thank
hear
you
you,
very much,
Councillor. You
Speaker.
may go.
Yeah, thank you very much, Speaker. I'm trying to unmute myself because I'm struggling this side, but okay. Speaker, firstly, let I appreciate the speaker, the previous speakers of the ANC, the Chief Whip and the Councillor Nchota, because they talk the same thing, but on my side, I'm really disappointed because in this disaster, we did have something that say that there will be this rain of this wind of this disaster that is coming. But anything is that we didn't hear about people. They must go to the community hall. Especially, we don't have a community hall in my area, especially here in Vergenoeg, because where there is the people who are staying in a very bad place, especially those people near the sewage water waste treatment plant there on PS, because they are very bad. We went there, we checked there what's going on there, but every time when there is rain, they are getting very big for gravel so that they can fill their houses, but nothing is happening for many times now. And also there is, as I said before, as a ward councillor of Ward 6, nobody came to me to say, no, let these people who are in flooded must go to the hall. It came late to me so that the people can know where they can go. There's a lot of list of people who are in disaster, but nothing has happened. But anyway, I appreciate the words that came from our caucus, the ANC, from the Chief Whip and the previous leader, Councillor. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Next item is Councillor Mbuku. I'm not sure if Councillor Mbuku is logged in. Earlier on, I could not see if he was present. I also don't see him on the list. I'm just going to move on. Councillor Mbandano, you're the next speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, today I'm biblical, let me also start my conversation with the Proverbs 24, verse 23. Quote, "If you are always planning evil, you will earn a reputation as a troublemaker. Any scheme a fool thinks up is sinful. People hate a person who has nothing but scorn for others," unquote. Honorable Speaker, I see this report with millions and couple of millions. Today, I'm looking at Cambria. I'm asking myself, we are putting millions of close to 150 something million. But where's Cambria in this report? And definitely it's a worry. Speaker, I don't know whether is it because the mayor understands Patensi farmers are most freedom front. That's why he does not care for this area. Let me go to the community Ramaphosa village. Mama Martini, I can see you put 2 million on her so that we can fix that road. What about Antoto, who gets water in Wycliffe Strat? What about Nkwenkwezi in Tier Strat? What about the Hastrat, where water flows to the area? What about Bergstrat? All those areas from Romeo to the Felix family, where all water flow to their areas. And what about the gravesite, where water flows to the strat, to the road to Binse Boss? There's nothing. I hear you say you must submit a report. What about Brainboom Strat next to Umbies, where water falls? And all those challenges. Definitely the second one is environment. If you go out of Patensi, you can see those houses where Lionel, one of our Municipal workers, is staying. That place is going to fall, and Lionel and all those people will flow to the river. It's an environmental area.
1 minute
They
left,
took
Councillor.
No, Speaker, you're unfair. What about R33 road? If you go out from prison, that road has subsided. I'm worried with the export. As Yiri Bura Al Lemuna or Siafat, and the truck goes net. If you go up to R331 and the truck goes by and there's a next truck, I yell truck and fall with Lamune. He's gonna lose his export. He lost now. What about LTA, where we lost? What about John Choki's house and all those things? Therefore, as the ANC, we are worried. These are the areas, because you say 1 minute before, but no, Speaker, you're unfair. Let me say, I actually called to the Disaster Act number 57, 202 regulation. Act 44, powers and duties of the municipality. Section B says, municipality must promote an integrated and coordinated approach to disaster management in municipal areas so that the district and the
Thank you,
mayor,
Councillor.
the
Your time
mayor,
is
the
up.
force, and the premier must come to Kouga so that they can do not a DA political canvas process that is done here. And patents you deal with because it's Freedom Front and ANC. That's where you are
Councillor,
biased
thank you.
and you hate this place.
Thank you, Councillor. Your time is up. Councillor, I understand your emotion. We're all feeling that, but I'm following the rules of council, and we've got this item for this purpose so we can estimate and see what the damage is. We don't know. And please, I'm also expecting your email to give me all these names, because in such a short time to assess everything, it is very difficult. But thank you for your contribution. I'm going to move to the next speaker, Councillor Yarley.
Thank you very much, Speaker. You see, we are always going to delay whenever we have to start engaging in item because of this mute and unmute. But Speaker, let me start by saying, let me join the comrades that are appreciating the report from the Office of the Director that had to be done quickly. But we also note that, Speaker, we have to submit the street names or the inputs to your office. But I just wish to submit just few points. We have been, this disaster, Speaker, has exposed us in terms of our infrastructure. We have a lack of stormwater drainage. We were so quick to reseal our streets failing to acknowledge that we've got a poor stormwater drainage. So I'm not sure now if the loan that we did and the work that was done, whether it was this disaster reversed the work that was done. Another one, Chair, in Ocean View, in fact, in Ward 14, the structures that were flooded in terms of the informal structures, it's area of Ebunyamini, the transit camp, and the 6858 Gravesend Bank and Northern Rand and the London. All those areas, Speaker, are the ones that were supposed to be relocated to 80 hectares. So I wish to ask the Department of Human Settlement to quickly speed up that process of reallocating those structures, because if we had already
1 minute left,
reallocated those people, we wouldn't be in this situation. So, but another one, Speaker, that I wish to submit, we need to beef up our electrical team. They do their work, but the team they are limited, Speaker. We need to put more budget in terms of employing more people that are qualifying as electrician, because we need their work. They are overloaded, Speaker. The last one, we need to acknowledge that Maskatelanini must form part of our disaster management unit, and that Maskatelanini, through Omfredi, is the hero of this recent disaster. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Nkilishani, are you ready? Because I saw you and your notes were ready.
Speaker, thank you very much. Speaker, as the EFF, we are in support of this item. And we are confident that both the district and the province will be able to assist us as people of Puha. However, we want to warn you, you must know that these funds belongs to the people of Puha, not to any political party. We don't want food parcels to end up in political party's office. We also demand full transparency, and there must be a beneficiary list for all the affected households, especially in the informal settlement. We know what happened during the fire breaks out in Kucha, where people donated some food, monies, and we never received any report as the council. So as we are facing elections, we want to warn you that these funds are for the people of Kucha, not volunteers of DA. When you are, as you are doing, when you are employing people, you give jobs to your volunteers. So you must help the poor people, because us who are living with the poor people, we don't read about poverty like you. We lived with poverty. We are part of the struggle.
Councillor,
We are part of the pain.
Councillor, hold on a second. I have order, Councillor Gittler. What is your point of order?
It's going to blow a hot air.
Yeah, so you can say that union leader belong in jail.
Councillor Gittler,
Okay, Speaker, I
point of
rise on the
order are you
point
referring to?
on Rule 33, 33.3, Speaker. You have, Speaker, I've got an issue that we've been raising a point of order.
Councillor,
and,
what is 33 saying?
Okay, let me quote Rule 33.3, Speaker, is that any member contemplated in Rule 38.1 shall be entitled to be heard, and councillor speaking at the time shall remain silent until a ruling has been made by the Speaker or Chairperson. Speaker, I've been raising point of orders throughout this meeting, and I've been ignored. And it is unacceptable that you allow speakers to attack, and that we are not able to debate and counter, Speaker. So it is unacceptable. when Peterson has attacked us and said words against the DA councillors.
Thank you, Councillor.
Councillor
I acknowledge
Mbandana is
you.
attacking now and saying stuff about us being political and what's not. And it's got to be countered, Speaker, because it's all lies. And we cannot sit still, Speaker. Please recognize us when we rise on
Thank
point
you,
of orders.
Councillor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I have warned councillors to stick to the item. Councillor Mbandana, you continue. You've got a minute and a half left. Thank you. Shani.
Speaker.
Councillor Nikishani, you can carry on. I'm not going to acknowledge Councillor Mbandana at the moment. You are speaking on. Please carry on.
Speaker, as I'm landing, I also want to support Councillor Yali, that the municipality, whether you like it or not, Mr. Van Rooyen has been a champion of all these disasters. He's been helping you while others were busy on TikTok. Freddie Van Rooyen has been doing the real work. So the municipality, they must swallow their pride and bring closer Mr. Van Rooyen and work together with Masikatelala.
Councillor, could we
Thank
stick
you,
to the
Speaker.
item, please?
I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That brings me to the last speaker. Councillor Mbandana, you already had a talking point, so unfortunately I cannot give you opportunity. I'm giving over to Councillor Benson. He's my last speaker on the item.
Thank you, Speaker. I want to close, but I can't close the item if I don't give thanks to my officials, especially my Director Nvula, with her managers, Mr. Barnard, Mr. Peterson, Ms. Ludwig, and then acting manager, Ms. Madat. I also want to thank the other officials of the municipality, the leadership, and it's included politicians and officials, stakeholders, other role players, communities, and then donors. Really, I want to say thank you. Without you, it will not be a day that we can say that we really, in a way, survive this flood. So, thank you for everybody who contribute to the betterment of our Kouga municipality. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. That's the end of all the speakers. Do I have any? I didn't hear lots of questions, just clarity, and I think there is clarity. There's more contributions and how we can do disaster better and more efficient in the future. Do I have any objections on this item? Councillor Mbandana.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in terms of the recommendation, there's nothing that says that we should be inviting the district mayor, Mayor DeForce, and the Honorable Premier, His Excellency, the President of the Home of Legends, to visit Kouga, so that he can also have, as a Premier of this province, an aerial view, Oscar Mabuyane, so that he can visit Cambria and Riskral and speak with the farmers and everybody that is affected. I'm requesting, in terms of the resolution, that there should be an extension of an invite to the district mayor, the force, and also to the Honorable Premier to come down. Lastly, out of that conversation with the Premier and the district mayor, we invite the Minister of Local Government. He is Umhlonichwa from local government, also to come down, so that we can compile a comprehensive report.
Thank you, Councillor. Your time is up. Thank you. Could I ask Director Makalesi just to explain the process from here on and how the district is informed and all the why we have this item, just for clarity. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Am I audible, Speaker?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so from here, Speaker, we are going to submit the council resolution with the letter to the district, and we are working with the district all the time, and they will be the ones that will be sending it to the province. And province is aware of what is happening. And as you already said to the councillors, they can still submit today and tomorrow some of the information that they want added into the report. And we need to submit a comprehensive report then by Friday to the provincial office. Otherwise, from here now, after this meeting immediately, we need to send a council resolution to the district. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Councillor Mvandana, does that give you more clarity why this item is so urgent that it goes to the district?
Thank you, but I did not hear the bite of inviting them. Remember, Speaker, in KwaZulu-Natal, when we had that disaster, all hands were on deck, even to the President Ramaphosa visit. Honorable Oscar Mubuyane will invite the president to come to Gouga so that he can deal with decisively with more issues and more. I'm not just asking this for pleasure, just the president, because I know Honorable His Excellency Oscar can invite the president, and there are more resources and more money that can come for Gouga, for roads, for dams, and everything. Lastly,
Thank you,
Speaker,
Councillor.
I
Could
don't
you
have communication in my
maybe-
office. There's no.
Councillor, could I ask you, then you would like to make a recommendation. Could you, just for committee services, make your recommendation and then I'll ask for a seconder. Thank you.
As the African National Congress, we are recommending that in terms of the rules, of Disaster Management Act 57-2, in terms of 44, Section 44B, that an integrated and coordinated approach where we invite the district mayor, the premier to come and visit Gouga and visit all areas that are affected, farmers, our communities. That's only the. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Do I have a seconder on your recommendation? Councillor Gludlu, are you seconding this recommendation?
No, Speaker, I'm opposing. I believe the recommendations as they stand are more than sufficient, taking into cognizance the explanation from from our directorship or from Leanne. So I think as is, it's fine. We don't need to. So I am vetoing that. Thank you.
Thank you, noted. Councillor Zana. Councillor Zana, you may proceed.
Oh, thank you, Madam Speaker. No, I'm just rising to second the added recommendation to the recommendations that are there. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Could community services please prepare a poll so we can vote on this added recommendation in favor of Councillor Mvandana's recommendation, either in favor or not in favor? Thank you. Councillors, just be patient. We're preparing the poll. Please, councillors, vote. Please, councillors, vote. Councillors, we're busy closing the poll. Thank you. We do note everybody in the text box that were battled. Thank you. Honourable Mayor, I was just confirming with committee services, we do have the polls and we do note everybody that weren't able. 9 in favour of the recommendation, 15 not in favour and 0 abstain. So the recommendations do not carry. Mayor, anything else from you before we go to the voting on the recommendations as in council agenda?
Speaker, no, thank you. I'm covered. I just wanted to record my vote as not in favor. I couldn't press the button. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Mayor. We did note that. Committee services, could we do another poll to vote as the recommendations is currently in the council agenda? Councillor Pandona, I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm waiting for committee services to prepare a poll for us, please. Please, councillors, vote. Councillors, we're about to close the voting. Thank you for everybody that's voting. Thank you. Thank you, councillors. We have the results from committee services. It's 18 councillors in favour, 0 abstain. So this motion carries. Thank you, councillors, for your time, and thank you for this very important meeting. It's really serious. Please safe and keep warm. This meeting